my friends, to another 8 ends. This is the 2026 doubletakeout.com MoPac Championships. It's the men's and women's club playdowns coming to you live from Coyotes Curling in Tempe, Arizona. We have a contest between a Coyotes rink in the form of Team Keeling, skipped by Tatiana Keeling, and then Team Asis from Silicon Valley, skipped by Jennifer Asis. It's funny how the team names become very straightforward at the more competitive level. It's not going to be, Team Soggy Bottoms. So teams warmed up and did a draw to the button to see who would go last, having the hammer advantage. Let's have the teams properly displayed there. It's been a great tournament so far, especially on the feature sheet. Hoping for another great game, as we see that Keeling is going to be going first. That means Asis drew closest to the center of the house and will have the benefit of the last rock in this first end. For all 4 sheets in action this draw. This is the only women's game. We have 9 women's teams in the field, I believe, and that means that they had to be a little creative in scheduling the games. The men's field is 8 teams, I believe, and they were able to have most of the 8 teams on one draw, although there's some stagger, and so we have 3 men's games on the sides. I'll let you guys know what games are in action. You can keep track of the games at bondspieler.com. We also have web links to video on all sheets at that site, bondspieler.com, as the lead drew into the rings right above the button, so pretty good shot there. As we get our first look of Team Asis on our feature sheets. And this looks to be the lead, Rachel Roberts. Looking to, I believe, do a takeout with her first shot. Got to wait for it. And the shot is made and it nose hits, so early interchange of shots. Next draw coming from Kimber Maroney, the lead for Keeling, and that's over curling a little bit, and it flashes, unfortunately. So Roberts will have another draw. And looks like they want to split the rings, draw about T-line on the right side of the sheet. It's a little lighter than perhaps they were anticipating, as Jennifer jumps out to help sweep it. It gets to where it needs to go, so that was a great shot there by Rachel. The out-turn draw shot successful. And up now for Team Keeling is Christy Dragiton, pardon me. And looking for the takeouts. Hit and roll, pretty successful. This is the next rock coming from Team Asis. And that is a corner guard. So Tragiton's next stone is going to try to take out the yellow on the right wing here. Calling for sweep. With the intern clockwise rotation, this might, I think it's going to get a piece of the yellow. It does. It's enough to get it out. So mission accomplished. And I do see that Asis is playing with 3 today. So we have the Vice throwing the next 3 stones. This is going to be Jacqueline Pitlars. And she's looking to tap out the shot stone. Soft draw though. And it turned out to be more of a draw than a tap that I was expecting. Net struck coming from the Vice for Team Keeling. This is Amy Thompson looking to tap out the stone that Jacqueline just put up. This is actually going to hit their own. No harm, no foul, just traded hits, or just traded rocks. And we see Pitlars' next rock. Going to draw around the corner guard that they put up. This is a chance for them to sit 2 with the hammer, split the rings, as Rachel's being asked to sweep, and it's over curling. I think it's going to tap up the guard, and so Jennifer's there to sweep to make sure it touches paint. It doesn't quite get there. Let's put up another corner guard though, and so Thompson's going to have another crack at the takeout on the right side. It's interesting looking at the deliveries of the curlers. Most curlers are using their brooms, which is understandable, especially at this level. At this level, you see more and more people using their brooms. Did that pick or was it burned? I think they kicked it. So let's see that real quick. It's interesting looking at the deliveries of the curlers. Most curlers are using their brooms, which is understandable, especially at this level. At this level, you see more and more people using their brooms. Did that pick? It may have been way inside. I'm not quite sure. So this is Pitlars' second chance to draw around the guard. This is a much better shot, better weight, better line, better pizza, better ingredients. And that does settle into the back 12-foot. That is second shot, it appears. Better draw, just a little heavy. Actually, it could be second shot. So we are to skip stones, and we have Tatiana Keeling talking over the shot with her advice, Amy Thompson. I might be hungry, by the way, just that pizza joke. We've been talking about pizza a lot the past hour. Including the fact that Phoenix has some Chicago-style deep dish pizza places. It's wild. And, you know, there's nothing like curling and just carb loading on massive casserole pizzas before a game. So Keeling's going to throw some heat at this stone. And it looks like it's on target. Going to clip the yellow and stick around so some nose hits. Mission accomplished. That red is now shot rock on the right wing. So Jennifer Asis is in the hatch. So she not only curls out of Silicon Valley, she is the president of our region, MoPac, the Mountain Pacific Curling Association. It's always good to be a member as well as the president. And to see participation in these playdown events, as Asis is throwing some heats to move some of the Keeling reds around. I think this is going to get rid of one red. They need to sweep it to make sure it goes away, and it does. So it looks like Keeling is now trying to probably draw on top of the yellow on the left. Doesn't have to get all the way there. Just I would think they would want to get somewhat buried. I'm just looking at the situation here. That red on the right, it could be shot. It doesn't look like it from the overhead. But they can't, it's really hard for Keeling to make a direct play on that yellow in the back left. So looking to draw, I would think being somewhat covered. And I think that would take out the possibility of scoring two. As we have the last rock coming from Tatiana Keeling without the hammer here in the first. Indicating that it looks to be a little up weight, so this where it stops, we'll find out. It doesn't look too hot. You can see the weight coming off now, but it's going to probably settle in the back. 12 foot. That is going to be good for shot, though. So Asis and Pitlars are taking a look at the stones to see which one might be shot, or second shot, pardon me, because that red on the left is definitely counting. So they could do a heavy draw and tap that red back, and definitely sit one. And I think this is a call. Even there's not really a reason to play the rock on the right. And I think just based on where they have the broom, I don't think they're going to tap the red back. So Jennifer getting set in the hatch. Looking to draw, it appears. And we have Rachel sweeping. It sounds like Asis has been playing with three this event just because of various circumstances. And they are going to draw to the back, actually just the tee line. So a single point, I'm fairly sure. But that draw was made. Good shot there from Jennifer for the points. I'll see what score they post just to make sure, but I'm pretty positive it's just a single. So take a pause in the action. We'll be right back as we continue with our coverage of the 2026 DoubleTakeout.com MoPac Championships, coming to you live from Tempe, Arizona. And coverage of this event is being brought to you by DoubleTakeout.com. Throughout the competitive curling season, proprietor Ken Pomeroy updates the site with the latest stats and information, creating a custom ranking of the top men's and women's teams from around the world. See how your team stacks up at DoubleTakeout.com. And by curling.gg. Test your stip steals against your friends online at curling.gg. Free online curling platform with real physics simulation. And by Endgame Curling. Travel easier with the travel handle. It separates into 3 pieces for easy storage and most carry-on baggage. More information at endgamecurling.com. Rocks in play. We are underway here in the second end. As you see, Rachel throw her first rock. I believe putting up a guard. Actually, that slips into the rings. Not a bad outcome. As we have Kimber Maroney get set. And coverage of this end is being brought to you by DoubleTakeout.com. It's from the creator of Ken Pomeroy, applying his analytical skills to create a ranking of the top men's and women's teams from the world. It's an Olympic season, and competition is fierce. You can see how your team fares against others in several key metrics, all at DoubleTakeout.com. So Kimber threw a hit, and that shot was made, and it looks like Rachel's also going to throw a hit. It's a little inside. It's going to flash, unfortunately. So while Kimber gets set for her next stone, let's go around the rings. Let you guys know what other games are happening on the ice. Scores are being posted to bondspieler.com, and there are also video links to each game on that site, bondspieler.com. Kimber's next shot is going to be a draw to the right wing to split the rings. Going to settle in right below the tee line, so fairly good. On sheet A, we have Team Meyer from San Francisco taking on Team Slusher from Coyotes. No score, still no score posted yet. It looks like they are finishing the first end. Sheet B, we have Team Raju from San Francisco taking on Team Aronson from Coyotes. Aronson and Slusher had the hammer on both of those respective games. And Asis is calling for a sweep to hold the line, making sure they want to make contact on this red, and it might have overcurled. It did not, though. It makes contact and rolls towards the middle. Good shot there from Roberts, her third of this end. Sheet C, you guys are watching it. The feature sheet, Asis and Keeling. And then on sheet D, we have Team Campbell from Coyotes taking the hammer in the first. No score, so they blanked the end. against Team Tate, also from Coyotes. Again, all those scores are being posted to bondspieler.com. And that takeout was made from Christy Traggerton. This is Jacqueline's first, calling for sweep out of hands. Needs to hold the line. It's going to be close. It gets there, and the shooter's going to roll away. Good shot there from Jacqueline. So just to confirm the score, that was a single point for Asis first. Net straw coming from Christy. Looking to split the rings again. Smidge heavy, it's going to slip through the rings and all the way out of the play. Amy Thompson's first, headed down the way. Oh, sorry, this is Jacqueline's second. My apologies. Does make the hit and sticks around. This is Amy Thompson's first. Looking to tap the yellow out with the outturn counterclockwise rotation. Asis has been playing pretty well as far as I can tell. Sometimes the curl has kind of fooled both teams, or all the teams that have encountered it. That hit was made by Thompson. We see Jacqueline's last coming out of the hack. Looking to hit. Could be going for a blink here, just given the sparse number of stones in the rings. This is going to hit the outside of the red, but has enough oomph to get through the rings. Sorry, I'm controlling all the cameras with my iPad. A shot was made though. Good job there from Pitlars. And so a wide open house for Thompson. And looks like just drawing the side of the 4-foot into the 8-foot area. Looks pretty good, but Asis is going to take it on. This could be a situation where we're headed to a blank, and Keeling would have the hammer in the net's end, but Asis doesn't either want to or doesn't see a need to try to force the issue, as it were, by keeping rocks and playing forcing Keeling to get them out beyond just a single rock here or there, which is what we're seeing right now. So Asis gets set. Looking to tap out the red that Thompson just put up. It's a little outside, so it might roll out, and it does roll out of the ring and doesn't quite leave the sheet of play, but it's pretty much out. Decent shot there from Asis. I think Asis would have liked to stick around. Depending on how this next shot goes, Asis could put a stone on that right wing just to make it that much harder for Keeling to get the blank with the hammer here in the second end. But that would rely on Keeling making a mistake, and I don't foresee that happening necessarily. I don't want to do the announcer's jinx though, so. So basically drawing to the left side of the house, could go anywhere really, just to force Asis to do a takeout to continue playing out this string headed towards blank here in the second end. And that settles into the back 8-foot. So now Asis is going to just pop out the red there, sit shot rock, and see what Keeling will do with her last. Jennifer's shot is away, looking for the takeout. Going to hit and stick around. A good shot there from Asis. And Keeling is going to have to make a play on it for the blink. Hoping to hit and roll out, but if she hits and sticks, it's not the end of the world. It's early in the game, and it avoids giving up another point to Asis. So the broom is down. So Keeling gets set and delivers the hammer here in this second end. Looking to hit and roll out with the the clockwise in-turn. Hit and roll out. Shot made. And the hit goes to the hammer again. The hammer and the teams will go to the third end. In just a moment, we come back to the 2026 doubletakeout.com MoPac Championships. Welcome back. Start of the third end here on our feature sheets. Feature game taking on Team Keeling from Coyotes and Team Asis from Silicon Valley. Keeling successfully blanked the ends and carries the hammer into the third. And Rachel just put up an excellent center line guard, and it looks like Kimber Maroney is going to draw around that. Going with the in-turn, and unfortunately it curled into the guard, and the no-tit rule applied, and so the offending stone is being reset. Sorry, the offending stone is being removed, and the dislodged stone is being returned to the original position, like a little baby swan returning to the ocean after being washed off with Dawn soap following an oil spill. Very gentle. And we're going to see Roberts' second rock, looking to draw around that guard. And it looks pretty good for getting around the guard. Now the question is, where is it going to end up? And the answer is out of the rings, unfortunately. So, looking at our teams, Maroney, as we see here, sliding out of the hatch to draw around, has been curling for 8 years. Some of her highlights include a participant at the 2019 Club Nationals, being part of an 8-ender in 2019. And this draw around looks to be more successful than her first. It does end up about half buried, I would say. You can probably see about 40% of it. As Asis is opting to have Roberts draw the other side with her last stone of this end, her third rock, as Asis is playing down a player this weekend. So Roberts has been curling for 4 years. Her experience includes winning the Tahoe 500 this year, the Tessie, the Tahoe Tessie, which is an all-women's event, the first all-women's qualifier for the 500. Also played in last year's 500 Nationals as a second, and is going next year as a vice. And was also at the U.S. Women's Curling Association 500 Qualifier East, winning that event as a second last year. That's how she got into the national. As we see Christy Trackerton delivered. And that turns out to be a guard. Was a little wide, I would say, as well, although that could have been the plan. Jacqueline Pitlar is about to deliver. Played in the Playdowns last year as a vice and throwing lead. She captained the team that won the 500 in Tahoe, the Tahoe Tessie. And this rock is going to be a smidge heavy with the outturn and go through the rings out of play. So just a couple of misses on the draws from both both the lead players for Team Asis. It definitely does give Keeling an opportunity here as Christy gets set. Christy has been curling for 4 years. Went to the Senior Nationals as a participant in 2023 and was the second event winner at the U.S. Curling's 5 and Under in Denver in 2024. And this draw looks to be very successful. It's not entirely buried. It's again kind of about 40% poking out, but looks really decent as the broom is down for Pit Lars to draw on top of it. It appears. We're going to time this, see how the rock is moving down the ice. Jacqueline's favorite bonspiel has been the North Hill Curling Club's cross-border bonspiel in September every year. She is also the teammate most likely to book an Airbnb 6 months in advance. And that draw, it didn't curl back as much as I think they were anticipating. Good weight, ends up exposed, and so Keeling is going to ask Thompson to take that stone out. So we were talking about delivery positions and methods, and most curlers are using their brooms at this level, although you still see a number of stabilizers. That tends to change more towards brooms as the event gets more advanced. This rock was the hit, and it's the nose hit. We'll stick around for second shot. That was a good delivery by Thompson. So I was mentioning that because Thompson kind of has the broom, kind of her arm wrapped around the broom up to her shoulder, which is not bad. It's just it's not one that you see a lot of necessarily. Because when you deliver a balance is super important, and so you want to find a style that helps offer the stability while allowing you to maintain balance. And that shot was pretty good from Pit Lars, her last, the takeouts. This is Thompson's last. Looks like she is drawing. She did give some positive release with her delivery, where you do the arm extension on your release, essentially. This looks like it's going to draw down on top of the red in the forefoot. It does. We are to skip stones. And so I imagine Asis would likely try to draw down or try the double. Just draw down. Bit of a bind here for Team Asis. Looking to just draw into the pile, cut down the damage with her first rock. This is Jennifer Asis. Jennifer's been curling for 11 years. Played last year in the Women's Club Playdowns. And this rock is looking okay, maybe a smidge on the heavy side. It does hit the one of the reds and goes wide, and so I think it would be to Keeling's advantage to hit that out. But also, you could block the drop hat. They're sitting 3 right now. So a hit might not actually accomplish a lot. We can see the setup in the house. So I think they're opting to draw, because the hit doesn't really accomplish a lot as I initially thought it might. They could still be doing a hit, but I think they would like to close off the draw path to those 3 stones on the left side of the sheet. And that would be, I think, the best outcome to protect the 3 that they already have. And if Asis tries to go in, likely raising one of the reds to scoring position. As Keeling releases her rock. Keeling has been curling for 11 years. Has been to club Playdowns several years, winning 5 times. And okay, so they did go for the hit. Just a hit and roll. So the shot is made, but my question is, or my observation is that the draw path on the left side is open, and Asis is drawn down once on this side, so she's going to try and draw again, and she could be shot after this. Now, granted, if Asis makes a mistake, Keeling is in prime position to capitalize on that error. That might happen. Looking for a draw. You can see in the background the clocks. These games are being timed with what's known as thinking time. The clock starts when your turn begins, the other team is finished, and then the clock stops as soon as you deliver the rock beyond the tee line on the delivery side. So the clock isn't running now. It will start as soon as Asis's turn is over and the players are out of the field of play. So this is going to hit. A little roll would have been Bonzer. As it is, it does cut. Sorry, looking at the overhead, it does cut Keeling down slightly, but that is all. Keeling appears to still be seeing 1, maybe 2. It's really hard to tell from this overhead. A lot of these rocks have just been kind of equidistant from the center of the house. However, that rock is exposed. I think they would have hoped for a little bit more curl towards the center under cover. As the broom is down for Tatiana, Keeling's is last. Throwing some heat, looking to make that yellow go away and score 3, maybe 4. And this looks like it's pretty good. Nose hit, slight roll towards the middle. And that is a score of 4, at least. It might be 5. Actually, I think it's 5. Oh goodness, that was a really solid end for Tatiana Keeling. So they're clearing the ice. This appears to be what they call in the business a crooked number, named after Lombard Street, the crookedest street in the world. And so that's what they said. They used to call it. That was a Lombard Street. Now it's just a crooked number. So waiting for them to post the score, but it did look like a 5 spot. And indeed, that is a fiver. So blinking the second end really allowed Keeling the opportunity to jump into this game with both feet, taking a 5-1 advantage over Team Asis. And we're about ready to get underway here in the fourth end. We're going to take a 5-minute break. It could be 15 minutes, depending on if the team wants to come back or not, and if they have a lot of time on their game clock. No one's ever done that. That would be disastrous. And this rock is a little heavy, but it might stick around. Jennifer is kind of debating whether to sweep it or not, and both skips agree that rock is out. So Rachel Roberts is getting set to put up, I would assume, a corner guard to generate some offense here in this fourth end. Still plenty of game to go. Roberts' fun facts include that she played Ultimate Frisbee for about 13 years. She's the teammate most likely to show up late to lead. And that corner guard looks like it might be touching the rings. We might have to see the second most exciting measure in all of sport. Technical timeout. We're going to see the second most exciting measure in all of sport. We're going to see the biter bar, which is not to confuse with the German Bieter bar, which obviously is used to determine how bitter something is. So the second most exciting measure in all of sport. The most exciting measure in all of sport is of course, the pressure dial that we use. The biter bar is simply a 6-foot-long metal stick to determine if a rock is in or not, a rock is touching the house or not. As you see, the head ice official, not the head ice official, pardon me, the competition chair, Kevin, coming out. Kevin curls out of Silicon Valley and I believe San Francisco. And so we're going to see the biter bar is touching the rings, or the stone is touching the rings. And he gestured that it is indeed in. So game on, as it were. So very quickly, Kimber Maroney has the broom. It's pushing out towards the broom, looking for a takeout. And that hit is made. The shooter is going to roll across the house and settle in the edge of the 8-foot. As we see Roberts' next rock. Roberts' walk-up song was "You Make My Dreams Come True" from Hall & Oates. Something like that. And this corner guard attempt is much more successful. That is a solid corner guard. And coverage of this end is being brought to you by curling.gg, the only platform where you can take your shot, watch it execute with accuracy, physics, undo, and try again until it's perfect. Practice strategy, finesse your technique, and enjoy a good game, all for free at curling.gg. Sorry, guys. Looking to draw around the corner guard, and this is going to end up being a little wide. So Asis could try to hit and roll under the corner guard. I was thinking they could also hit and roll towards the red on the right and just kind of set up 2 scoring areas. So Roberts delivers her last rock at this end. This one looks a bit heavy. Want to make sure it makes contact. It will. It's going to roll over. But it's going to go through the rings out of play. Keeling is sitting 1 on the right side of the shoots. So Christy Striderton is in the hat. Christy has been curling for 4 years, as I noted. She has 2 birthdays, the legal one and the actual one. Curious about what that might be. She only gets up before 7 a.m. if getting on an airplane or curling. Not sure if she's curling on an airplane. She met her husband on an airplane. And her favorite curling snack is the napkin bacon. Basically, you cook the whole package and just heat up a few slices on a napkin when you need a quick fix. And so that draw, I believe, was not there. So I'm not sure what happened. As we see Jacqueline's first. Playing to 3 players, so each of the first 2 players are throwing 3 stones each, and Asis, the skip, is throwing the last 2. So looking to draw around that corner guard. And that looks pretty successful. And Christy's next. Oh, sorry. This is Amy's first rock, looking to take out the stone that Jacqueline just threw, and that flashes. So looking at Christy's last rock was an in-turn draw. It was heavy and went through the rings. So we're back to Jacqueline for her second of 3 stones this end. Looking at making a play on that red on the right. They were looking at the hit, and then Jennifer kind of waved it off and is opting to draw on top of the red on the right. So it looks like it's close. Going for the in-turn draw tap. Oh, this is heavy. Oh, unfortunate there. So there was a good chance for Asis to split the rings and have a chance to score 2 or more, and that just slips through the rings, just like the opportunity did. And so now Amy Thompson's going to try that takeout again down the middle. Curling to the left from this view. And this is still a little wide, and another miss, unfortunately. Keeling does have a little house money to play with, so you can have a miss here or there once once you cash in that 5 spot. So Pit Lars is going to try that draw again with less ice, as we can see the broom that Jennifer has. And looking to draw and stay out of trouble from the law. This is also looking a little heavy, 1371. The rocks are not curling as much as I think either team is expecting. And that rock is going to go through the rings out of play. So a couple of great opportunities for both teams, just not able to convert. I think largely because the ice is not curling the way they're expecting it to. So Keeling's going to try that takeout again, and they have the broom like almost right next to that shot stone on the right side of the screen. They're probably going to throw normal to control takeout weight and just make sure that that yellow goes away and deny Asis the opportunity to score multiple points here in this fourth end. This is the fourth end. So looking for the takeouts. This line looks better. It looks like it's going to make contact. That's a 10-4 takeout. Going to hit, and the shooter's going to go away as well. It's going to take out there from Tatiana Keeling. I think Asis is going to still try to set up a multiple point score, looking to, I think, draw on top of the red on the left from this view. No, they're drawing around the corner guard on the left from this view, which makes sense. I was about to say. But it looks like they're looking for 4 feet of curl, and we'll see if it is available on this draw. $13.53, so maybe a little on the heavy side. And indeed, that is too heavy. Oh goodness! And so the force is on. As Keeling will likely do a similar draw to what Asis just threw, and they stick around. They're sitting 2. They'd be sitting 2 with the house split, and so Asis would be forced to draw just for a single point. And that's textbook. So some misses by both teams has kind of led to the situation where the pendulum is kind of leaning towards Keeling, but Asis will likely have a solid draw for a single point. So this is Tatiana Keeling's last rock without the hammer here in this fourth end. She was born and raised in Russia, curled in a bonspiel in Moscow once on a visit home. And she's read 49 novels this year, which is more than a novel a week. That's 1453, so that's probably going to be back 4, maybe back 8 weight. And that's where it ends up. So the house is split, although Asis does have a pretty straightforward draw to the full 4 foot for the single point. So looking to draw, Jennifer Asis gets set. Her favorite Bonspiel experience was the 2025 Rock Creek Green and Gold Bonspiel. She's the teammate most likely to squirrel away snacks. And her walk-up song is Fighter by Christina Aguilera. Because she's a fighter, she's a survivor. Other words to the song I don't remember. So it needs to draw the full 4 foot. This is close 1444. So this looks to be on the money, maybe just a little heavy, but just settles into the back 4 foot. So that's good for a single point. So that shot was made by Asis for the single. Brings the score within 3, 5-2 in favor of Keeling right now. We are going to take a 5-minute break as the teams take a pause as well. We'll be back in just a moment as we continue with our coverage of the 2026, doubletakeout.com MoPac Championships. And coverage of this event is being brought to you by doubletakeout.com, featuring rankings and statistics of the top men's and women's teams from around the world. doubletakeout.com. Broadcast support by curling.gg, offering real physics simulation so skips and novice curlers alike can create unique scenarios to see how their shots will react at curling.gg. And by Endgame Curling, manufacturers of the Endgame Icon and the Endgame Origin broom. More information at endgamecurling.com. We'll be right back.
Just like
All right, we are back. I went to go get a shot of pickle juice to boost my energy, and I'm ready for the second half of this game. We'll see how MoPac After Dark goes tonight, folks. First shot was away by Rachel Roberts. Actually, that's the two shots are in play. Apologies for that. And as you see, Rachel Roberts delivering her second rock to this end. Going out turn draw. Roberts' first rock was a guard, which was made. And as a result, Kimber Maroney opted to draw in, settling on the button. So some good shots by both players, and another great draw there by Rachel Roberts. It looks like Keeling the shot currently, but there is some separation, about 10 inches roughly, maybe 8 inches. As Maroney gets set for her second stone. And I think looking to just draw once more. And it's coming up a little light, which is not too bad. It helps establish control of the front of the house and can be brought into play later. But it looks like the path to the center of the house is still open, so Asis is going to ask Roberts to draw once more. Looking to draw. Calling for the sweep. This is coming up a little light, it looks like. That's close. And a little high, but it does help establish control of the front of the house. So again, some interesting stones. And with the center of the sheet well covered, Keeling is opting to start peeling the guard with Tristy Tragington's first. So that peel was made successfully. And coverage of this end is being brought to you by Endgame Curling. Unlock your potential with the curling broom that's right for you. Makers of the Endgame Icon and the Endgame Origin Broom. The Endgame Icon Broom features a 7.5-inch head to concentrate your sweeping energy and increase your directional sweep effects. The Origin Broom features a 9-inch head to cover more ice surface, transfer maximum energy, and carry stones farther. EndgameCurling.com. So Jacqueline with her first rock puts up another guard. And Tristy's being asked to peel that out. Another in-turn peel shot. This one noses the guard to clear it. And it does keep the guard around. Let's go around the rings. Someone was commenting about how loud some of the players are on the ice. On sheet A, we have a contest between Team Slusser taking on Team Meyer. Slusser is currently up 3-2 after 4. on sheet B, we have Team Aronson of Coyotes facing Team Raju of San Francisco Bay Area. Raju is up 4-1. And on sheet D, we have a contest, the Coyotes clash between Tate of Coyotes and Team Campbell of Coyotes. Tate is currently at 4-1. And Jacqueline with her next stone drew and put up another guard. Just really closing down the scoring area. So Amy Thompson is, I think, going to... I saw the shrug from Keeling, hence my chuckle. Looks like they're calling the timeout. Timeout. So they're going to go down and talk about it as... let's see if we can listen in, because that works like 5% of the time. So the timeout is over. Heard them a little bit before a neighboring sheet got super yelly, which is understandable. So I think they're looking to try to draw. Sit a second stone was maybe one of the possibilities. They're out really wide, so I wonder if they're trying to set up a shot as Thompson gets set for her last rock here in this fifth end. Thompson's been curling for 12 years. She lived in England for 3 years and discovered that European chocolate is worth whatever price you have to pay. She hasn't had Hershey's chocolate ever since. That stayed out super wide. I don't think that was the outcome they were looking for. Settles in the back of the house. Not the worst outcome. So Asis is also looking to see how they could possibly steal. And you can see the clocks in the background. There's 3 ends to go, and so both teams are okay on time. They're starting to get a little tight as Jacqueline throws her last stone. Sounds like it's more of a tight guard. You can see Jacqueline was holding the fingers for 2 or 3, which I think indicates the guard zone that they're trying for. Although this is a little light, and Rachel is sweeping the bejesus out of that. She is sweeping. She's sweeping 5 rocks every end, which is not necessarily more, but you're doing it all by yourself, and so it definitely makes it a challenge. Although I think a lot of teams do try to help out when they can, as you saw Jennifer come out to jump on if needed. That was a 2-guard right there. And for people who may not know, there's a system of dividing up the ice into segments called the Furby system. And the guard zone is divided into thirds, right in front of the top of the 12-foot. And so the 1 guard is in the top third of the guard zone. The 2 guard is the middle zone, and then the 3 guard is the third slice that's like right in front of the house. And then the house itself is divided through 4 through 10, including the top of the 12-foot's 4. Each circle is its own number. Oh, that went sideways. I don't know if it whipped off or something. Let's take a look at that.
Okay, who?
4 through 10, including the top of the 12-foot's 4. Each circle is its own number. Oh, that went sideways. All right, so it did wick off of one of the guards, so it did not go sideways on its own. So right now in the house, it is a single Keeling red that is counting the back of the button. Asis has the next 2 stones, but it was pretty difficult to try to get in the scoring position. So Asis maybe just trying to force here and take the hammer back down 6-2. Currently the score is 5-2 in favor of Keeling. So drawing to a different side than I was anticipating. I think it's to prevent a run back. So it definitely seems like Asis is content to just give up 1 here and really force Thompson and Keeling and Tragicton and Maroney to find a way to the button. So Tatiana Keeling's this first rock. Her favorite curling snack is their Dove Dark Chocolates, by the by. This is pretty close to going through the rings. So I think both teams, the warm room's kind of saying it too, but I think both teams are ready to end this end and move on to the next one. It's not like if a team is down, you can shake hands and end the game early. We're not quite to the point where you can end an end early, but that might be an innovation we could pioneer, ending the end early. So Asis I am not sure what Asis is doing. I think she's just going to throw it away. It's kind of what I'm thinking. Just based on where the broom is. Okay, so she's not going to throw it away. She's going to maybe throw some heat here. Not a lot of heat. More like Taco Bell mild. And just, I think, looking to close off the draw path on this left side. So that guard is accomplished. And I do get a sense that Keeling is going to throw this away. Heavy draw, perhaps. Last rock here, the hammer, coming here in the 5th end by Tatiana Keeling. And that looks like it has some pace on it, so I think just draw to see how the path is. It's not going to come back to the button, so it looks, after all that, it's going to be a single point for Tatiana Keeling in her rank to take a 6-3 lead. And the hammer goes back to Team Asis, and we'll have that coverage when we come back to the 2026 Club Playdowns, coming to you from Coyotes Curling in Tempe, Arizona. Opening stone in this 6th end of a possible 8 ends of regulation. Hope you guys will stay tuned for our MoPac After Dark, which is the same broadcast. I just get a little loopier because I will have been talking for 8 hours today. That game starts at 8:30, I believe. No, just 8. I apologize. To make sure that we're correct on the time, the game will start at 8. The feature game will be Team Thegna Durai taking on Team Aubrey. San Francisco Bay Area's Thegna Durai taking on Coyotes' Team Aubrey. That game will be at 8 o'clock Mountain Standard Time. Check your local listings for more information. So the first rock from Team Keeling went into the rings as a draw. And Rachel Roberts for Team Asis has opted to put up a guard, and that shot was made. As we see Kimber get set for her second stone. Kimber's favorite curling snack are Haribo Twin Snakes, which have 2 grams of protein per serving. So if you're looking to bulk up on Haribo Twin Snakes, or Haribo. And so, I do like the Twin Snakes. And so that draw to the top of the house was successful. So with play drawn into the rings, Rachel is going to throw a takeout. Calling for sweep. This is over curling. Oh, it might flash. Oh, it kisses the red and promotes it to the center, while the shoe itself rolls to the edge of the 12-foot. So through 5 ends, doing some look at the stats as we see Tristy Traggerton throw her first stone, out-turn takeout, I believe. This is, I think, going to flash. Indeed, flash it does. So for the leads, Rachel, she's thrown 15 stones so far, which is 50% more than normal because Asis is down a player. As we see Rachel throw her last. Looking to, I think, draw around the quarter guard. Rachel's thrown mostly draws or guards. Been fairly successful, although it had some notable misses in the second and third ends. And that rock turns out to be a guard. Which I would argue was a miss. For Kimber Maroney, through 5 ends, thrown about 60% draws, had some misses. Was asked to throw takeouts about 3 times and made those. And Traggerton made the takeout that time. Traggerton through 5 ends, through 60% takeouts. Made most of them. She had a flash in the 4th end. As we see Jacqueline throw her first of this 6th end of regulation. Calling for sweep. Looking to, I think, make some motion on the stones in the rings. Doesn't really make solid contact, unfortunately. And the shooter rolls away. So Jacqueline threw 5. Has also thrown 15 shots. I think kind of been asked to do some damage control. A lot of this game has been moderately successful. It's hard to do stats in my head with 15 shots. So with Amy Thompson's first rock, looking to put up a guard stone. I think they would have liked to have maybe gone in the rings, but that looks good. Thompson through 5 has thrown 70% takeouts. Had a couple tough flashes in the 1st and 4th end. Been fairly solid otherwise, as Pitt Lars gets set for her 2nd rock of this end. Calling for sweep. Right out of hand. Roberts is doing her best to hold the line. Make sure it gets around the guard, but I think it's on the guard. It does clear the guard behind the red on the left side. The shooter herself rolls to a position in the full foot on the right. So Thompson is throwing her last of this end. I think looking to put up another front stone or a guard. Line is going to be the most important part of this shot. to see where it ended up. Looks like it ended up in a really solid position. From this head-on view, I think you can only see about 15% of the shot stone, and access to it is pretty limited on the right side. So Asis is thinking, I think, of opening it by clearing that front stone. The possible double if she wanted to try to take it on. And Hitlers comes down to talk over the possibilities. The War Room is very invested in all these games. It's great to see. As Pit Lars and Asis are looking at what to do with the stones in the house. I'm kind of at a loss too. There's two yellows that are guarding the right side of the sheet from this perspective. And there are two Keeling stones that are counting right now. And there's one Asis stone in the wing on the left side from this view. They've made their decision. I think they're looking to peel the guard, which I would tend to agree with. They need to find a way in. They need to find a way to score, especially with the time they have left, both literally and figuratively, in terms of the number of ends and the time on the clock. So this is a takeout attempt. It does get one of the reds out of the way. And the shooter itself rolls to the left side of the 12-foot circle. That is it's the last stone in the house right now. So I think Keeling's going to put the guard back up. So Keeling has a team motto: have fun. If you aren't having fun, it's not worth doing. Which is good advice. I've told teammates that before, where like sometimes they've had a tough go of it on the ice, or they were on really good ice, like curling Valhalla, and they come back down to earth with arena curling, and they aren't having fun. And I just have to say, well, if you aren't having fun, is it worth doing? And so that shot was worth doing by Keeling, as it freezes on top of the shot stone. It's not frozen. There's about 4 inches of separation, maybe 5. So Keeling, especially by nature of her having a 6-3 lead, has through 5. She threw half draws, half takeouts. Her takeout game was strong, 100% across the board by my measure. The draws were pretty good, but she had a tough spot in the last end that allowed the force of a single point. Those two shots were were borderline throw through, so I probably shouldn't count those. As Jennifer Asis delivers her first rock to this end, looking to move those reds off of the center of the house. And just one of the reds going away. The red that's the shot stone gets tapped up ever so slightly to the back of the button. It is now more shot than ever. It's the same shot. And if you had one shot, one chance, one opportunity, That was a good shot. It opened things up. I think Keeling is going to put the front stone back in place. So looking for the draw, front stone. Could be a guard. So the line is the most important part. That was 1780. Sorry, 1680. My apologies. Like I said, the line was the most important part. I don't know if Asis has a path to take at least, I mean, she can take one of the points away from Keeling. So you can see from this head-on view, that red on the left is really open. So I don't see a way for Asis to score 2 here. So at best, she will be forced to take a single. At worst, she could give up a steal of 2. So this is the 6th end. I think Asis would like to score here. It's going down 7-3, 8-3 would be pretty close to insurmountable, especially given how tough Keeling and her rink have been playing this game. So the broom is down. Looking to, I think, just draw on top of the red shot stone. This is the last rock coming from Jennifer Asis, the hammer, here in the 6th end. I got 13:22, which seems close, but it is a little heavy. It does turn into a bit of a tap and roll, so it does narrow down the scoring. As Keeling extends her lead to 7-3. Pause in the action. We'll be right back. Welcome back to our ongoing coverage of the 2026 Double Takeout MoPac Championships, coming to you from Coyotes Curling in Tempe, Arizona. Rocks in play. We are underway here as Team Keeling holds a 7-3 lead. My apologies on the scoreboard. Wait, where did I get the third point? It's a 7-2. I was right before. Sorry about that. As Rachel Roberts puts up a centerline guard with her first rock. And we have Kimber Maroney with her second stone. She drew in with her first. So it's a 5-point game right now. It's going to be some tough sledding for Asis, but can't count teams out. Sometimes they find that fifth gear and find ways to score multiple points. But they're going to need to find that fairly quickly, because there's only 2 ends left in this game. So Maroney's second rock was a tight guard. I think they wanted to bury it. And as we see Rachel's next rock looking to... So they wanted to take the red in the reins. Ends up just going into the pile with just a little light force, but not enough to take any of the stones off of the center line. And I think they did want to try to take out like a hit and roll. It was light though. I think that was a big factor in that shot. So Christy Dragerton gets set. Looking for a front stone. This is looking pretty good. And that shot was made. With the 5-rock rule over, Roberts is being asked to blow up the front to the best that she can, the best of her ability. She's going to nose the red, make contact with a shot red, and get both of the reds out of the house, out of play. A double takeout brought to you by doubletakeout.com. Best that she can, the best of her ability. He's going to nose the red, make contact with a shot red, and get both of the reds out of the house, out of play. A double takeout brought to you by doubletakeout.com. Back to our live action, we see Christie's second stone, I think, looking to draw around the pile of guards, the Christmas tree, if you will. 'Tis the season for lots of rocks in play. The Charlie Brown thinks the Charlie Brown Halloween, where Charlie Brown says he got a rock. That's every curler's dream for Christmas, to get a rock, you know. So, some silver lining to look at. And that rock settles in the back 8 foot, good for shots. It is exposed, but I don't know if Asis will want to make a play on it right away. As Jacqueline delivers her first rock to this end. looking to draw around, I believe. That yellow in the back, sorry, that red in the back could be backing if necessary. And that does end up being backing for a freeze on the back. Nice draw coming from Amy Thompson. And lots of room to play with. I think they might be hoping to, but we're not going to get around those guards, I don't think. I mean, under the guards. That's corner frozen on top. So Asis, I think, is looking to ignore the pile and just draw under the cover of the guards. And just like that, Jacqueline's rock is away. Jennifer's coming out to help sweep it. Looks like it took a turn right by the hog line and will go into the pile. So that Christmas tree glows ever so brighter. Ever so more brightly. English is fun. I do think that was a miss. They definitely wanted rocks in the rings. So Thompson's next rock is away. For Thompson, she's been curling for 12 years. She is in a race with her husband to visit all 50 states, currently in a tie, as both have 43 states checked off of their list. Her favorite curling snack are those little mandarins, especially when they are peeled by the skip. So looking at the setup in the house, there's one Keeling stone that is counting. Asis needs to find a way to generate a lot of offense fast, or it's going to be handshakes. And I think Asis is going to try to either draw or raise the yellow on the left side from this view, as Jacqueline's rock is away. Definitely looks like, oh, it's over curling right there, just above the hog line. It's going to go into the pile of guards. Oh, Christmas tree. Oh, Christmas tree. How lovely are those guards? And I missed karaoke night this week, but I'm not going to make up for it here. So with that miss, the draw side on the left is open. The draw on the left is open. And so Keeling is going to take it on. As she gets set. to. Okay, they're not going to draw in, which is fair given the scoreboard. They just want to go into the pile and make it that much harder for Asis to score. But this is also overcurling a little bit. It's they wanted to close the gap, and they did indeed close the gap. But I think there could be an angle raise takeout, which would be a little tricky, but and I don't think it would help them necessarily too much, because they would try to maybe raise the red. No, it's a yellow. It could help them a decent amount. So on the left, raise the yellow to the right and pluck out the red in the back, the red shot stone. That might be what I would look to do. It's not the best situation for Team Asis. Just look at those ornaments of that Christmas tree out front. I sometimes joke that it's like a rock of Gibraltar, just so much granite, like a rock outcropping in front of the house. So the broom is down. Let's see what they're looking at as Jennifer Asis makes her way down the ice. Looks like there's like a V formation from this view. Looks like they're looking to just. I think if they throw a decent amount of pace at it, like say board weight, they could maybe get some of those yellows to spill into the rings as Jennifer's shot is away. Hits the outside yellows. I don't know if it helps too much. So with one rock for each team to go, Keeling is looking to, I think, put up another front stone to guard the path to the house. So they're coming down to take a look at the situation. They have plenty of time. I don't quite know what they're looking at. And let's see if we can hear what they're saying. So the broom is down. Not entirely sure of what this is. I think they kind of stuck with what they were doing before, just based on where the broom is. Looking to put up either a guard or something in the top 12 foot, really. They don't want to go deep. I don't see a strong way for Ace to score, and indeed, the broom is positioned for a guard, as the sweepers started cleaning early, and now they're going close to full out. And I think that rock ended up That was kind of perplexing. So just a little light, but the sweepers were across the hog line and then stopped sweeping. It does prevent any sort of run back on that left side. And so now the question is, what is Asis left with? I think that was close to what Keeling wanted. So now the question is, what does Asis want? And not a lot of great options as they're looking around the rings. I think they could be looking to see if they can make anything out of that cluster of yellows out front. Behind that red stone that's kind of leading the way into the house. Keeling is currently sitting 1. I don't necessarily have a brilliant solution here either. I mean, if you threw a lot of weight at the pile, I don't think it moves too much into scoring position. I don't know I don't know if viewers see anything that they might call out. That is a mess out front. But the house is relatively clean, so. The broom is down for Jennifer Asis' last rock of this end. So throwing some heat at it, and just jostles the stones around. Is going to be a steal of 1, and that is going to be all that they wrote. And yeah, just a tricky shot. I didn't see a lot there. So that will make the final 8-2. Just a tough game for Team Asis, but some good shots and good strategy by Team Keeling and Tatiana Keeling to make the final 8-2. We'll go around the rings one last time before we sign off for ahead of our MoPac After Dark broadcast, which is very similar to this broadcast, just after dark. On Sheet A, Team Slusser was the 7-2 winner over Team Meyer from San Francisco. Myers has some good tight games. Eager to see them take the next step. On Sheet B, a close battle between Team Raggio San Francisco taking on Team Aronson. Raggio is currently up 6-3, but the game is still in progress. On Sheet C, we just saw Team Keeling, the 8-2 winners over Team Asis. And then on Sheet D, Team Tate from Coyotes, the 8-3 winners over Team Campbell, also a Coyotes rink. So just before we sign off, another thanks to our sponsors, including doubletakeout.com, featuring updates of rankings and statistical analysis of the top men's and women's teams from around the world at doubletakeout.com. And by curling.gg. Test your skip skills against your friends online at curling.gg. And free online curling platform with real physics simulation. And by Endgame Curling. Elevate your game and unlock your potential with a curling broom that's right for you. Endgamecurling.com. So, interesting contest so far. We're going to leave it there for now, but I hope you will join us at 8 tonight for our MoPac After Dark broadcast. MoPac After Dark, our feature game will be Team Walsh from San Francisco taking on Team Thangdarai, also of San Francisco. It's a Bay Area bout, and we hope you'll tune in at 8 p.m. on the MoPac YouTube channel. All other sheets will be streaming static video coverage on the Coyotes YouTube channel, and all video links will be on bondspieler.com. Until then, this has been your host, Ryan Olson, saying thank you so much on behalf of our hosts, Coyotes Curling and MoPac, and with deep thanks to our sponsors. Good afternoon and good curling.